Yoo-hoo! Hello, 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 hello. Hi, hi. Hi, Nestra. Hi, hi. Welcome in. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good night? Maybe. Who knows? How are we doing today? How was your weekend? I had a pretty good weekend, I would say. I did some cool stuff. Did some very, very involved editing, so that's cool. Pretty decent. But yeah, today is Monday, which means Neon gets to animate again. Awesome. Nice. Nice. I will say, this weekend, I was going to edit a lot more than I did, because I ended up, like, being, very, very, like, busy on Saturday. And it involved Pokemon TCG, and I didn't realize that was gonna happen on Saturday, but it kind of did, and I kind of just went with it. So that was cool. And it ended with me getting the Attack Art Mega Gengar card, so that's pretty cool. And then I sold it, because, you know. But yeah. And then Sunday was mostly me just editing the YouTube series, which I'm almost done with. I'm almost done. It should be up, like, this week. It'll absolutely be up this week, I can promise that. But yeah, in the meantime, we are going to finish up the animations for Malfang and hopefully get it in the game, which is going to be super neat, because we've been working on this guy for like 3 weeks by now, and it's about time he, like, becomes, like, in the game, you know? I feel like we've been putting this off for a long time. And that's partly because I've had to make streams shorter recently, like over the past like week or like couple weeks, which is due to something out of my control. But we're making do. We're making do. But I guess we will hop over to here now. Whoop. Am I good here? Yeah, I'm good here. Okay. So, excuse me. To recap, last week, well, 2 weeks ago, we made this guy's model, right? And we made it, and we made this shiny, and then last week, we went ahead and animated it, like, part of the way. We did, like, the idle animations, we did the walking, we did the flying, we did more flying, and we did the ground, like, battle animations, I believe. And then today, what we gotta do is we gotta do the air attacks, and we gotta do feint, and then all of the miscellaneous stuff. Which shouldn't be too bad. I think we've paced ourselves pretty well for this mon. Also, why did I make him do this? why did I make him wiggle? I opened Blockbench like before stream, and I was just going through the animations to like refresh myself, and I'm like, why did I make this? like it's funny, but like why? But I'm gonna leave it because it's funny. Bickle uwu. What is this language you're speaking? I only understand the second word. Bickle. Oh yeah, I also got 2 Pokemon cards. Both of them are Mega Charizard X EX. So if I ever get another Oricorio, I can make a fire type deck. And then I also got the infamous Pheasantipity EX. I got my hands on one. So I'm excited to just throw that in literally any deck that I build and make it a million times better. You've been practicing block bench? Ooh, neat. Have you made any completely skipitipity? Have you made any bounds in like your block bench knowledge, or are you still just kind of learning the ropes? Because if you are, you should wait until my tutorial series comes out on YouTube. Shameless plug, sorry. Because that'll be out this week. And it's probably not going to be that good because I've never made like a tutorial video ever. So learning the ropes, that's fair. A lot of it, I will say, it's mostly just like the basic stuff. Like, if you know how to do this over here, if you know how to like make cubes, and you know what all these tools do, you're basically all the way there. And then the rest of it is just like a creative process. There's not like a lot of technical stuff to know, you know? What about all the other tools? Like what? Knife tool? Knife tool I have seen. It is pretty decent. I have no idea what this does. I've never needed to use it. There's hardly anything that explains it. Mirror modeling is interesting. Vertex snap is also interesting. See, because here's the thing. I've literally never had to use any of the tools past pivot tool. Like, all of these are just, like, useless to me. Like, I'm sure I could benefit from doing mirror modeling. For example, with this guy's, like, fluff on his head, I could have probably used mirror modeling and made it easier for myself. But, like, I just didn't. And when it comes to the texturing, it's like, you're just using, like, a paint software, and that's it. And then animating, I can understand why you would struggle with animating, because this is, like, the hardest part by far. But we're gonna power through it. It'll be easy. Once you understand, like, once you get the animation, like, once it clicks in your brain, it becomes a lot less intimidating and more of just like, ugh, I have to animate for 5 hours. Animating is easy script, it's the tools that confuse you. Ah. Which tools? I might be able to explain. Oh yeah, I added the hair to all this, I think. Yeah, I did. Okay. Well, I do have an idea for the air special attack. For the air status, I'm probably just going to do the same thing as Vampira. Whoop! Which, speaking of Vampira, I'm going to open him in another file, and I'm just gonna have him here for reference, because that's something that I like to do. There we go. Because for the air status for Malfang, I'm probably just gonna do this again. Just this exact same kind of style, since Malfang is also plenty capable of doing that. And then for his air special, I'm gonna do something more similar to like Alaten's special attack. I should, however, take the wings and just allow me to have like the wing animations at my disposal so that it'll become, I don't know. I already have the wing animations made, so there's no reason why I should have to remake them, you know? Tools are easy, you just click random things. Most of the time it won't work. Maybe in like 5% of attempts it will look almost good, and then you will go and redo it only to ruin the whole animation. Marmalade? Marmalade? Hello, welcome in. I will say, that is exactly, when I was like a little kid, that's exactly how I did things. Does anybody remember Kadu Game Lab? Does anybody remember that? It was like this really simple, like, programming engine that was like made for like kids, and it was so base level, but you could make cool things with it, and you could make like cool mini games. And I remember all I would do is I would just go to the online levels and I would just play Fish of War. And that was like the thing to play, is you would play Fish of War. But yeah, that's my tangent for the start of today's stream. Does anybody remember that? Please tell me at least one person knows what Kadu Game Lab is. Whoop. I'm gonna do that because this is the wing flap, right? And then I'll keep the wing flap like that for now. I just got here and don't know what's going on. Well, let me give you the formal welcome. Hi, Marmalade, if that's how you pronounce your name, which I hope I'm doing that right. I make Cobblemon. I make Fakemon, and then I'm making an entire region of custom Pokemon. And I don't know how to... Holy crap. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. That's so awesome of you. But I do things in Cobblemon because I don't know how to code an actual game, so I'm using Cobblemon as my medium. And I'm making a whole region of custom Pokemon. And that's what I do. And we're animating this bat right now. And we're hopefully gonna get him in the game today, so stick around. Because it's gonna be cool and awesome. But yeah, thank you for that, by the way. That's like insane. Sounds fun. It is fun. I'm like, I started working on this years and years ago, and I'm like, just last year, I'm like, wait a minute, people might want to see how this is done, because there's not a whole lot of behind the scenes for this kind of thing. So I'm like, I'll be the what's the word? Not the advocate, like the emissary? No. Something like that. Forgive me, hold no grudges. As one should. Your name reads as Marmaladka, or Marmalade, or just Marm. Okay, I am glad. Well, I had multiple options, so that made it, I guess, less likely that I would mess it up. So I'm glad. But yeah, welcome in, welcome in. I hope you enjoy your time here. And I don't know how to like, yeah. I'm still not used to this whole streaming thing. You'd never be able to tell. That's not what I wanted to do. Whoop. I'm gonna smooth. Ooh, that's a little too fast. Kind of like this. Yeah, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna, like, lean him forward like this. Oh wait, this is the physical. Okay, I guess we're doing physical attack. Never mind. Woo! Um... It's crazy that no tutorial said I can press the F key and search for this. It's crazy how no tutorial told me, I don't know. I very much, like, when I figured out that I could make custom Pokemon with this mod, I very much just kind of went and downloaded Blockbench, and I just taught myself how to use it, like, and then from there, once I knew what I was doing, I kind of just, like, followed the Cobblemon wiki. Which, granted, there's some things on Cobblemon wiki that are not explained the greatest. So it took a lot of time to, like, get it right, but once I got it right, it was super hype. And then they updated it to 1.6, and then they changed how add-ons worked entirely. Which was fun. So I had to, like, reformat everything. And then after that, what happened? After that, what ended up happening was it updated to 1.7, which didn't change the formatting of add-ons, but it added, like, an absurd amount of syntax to, like, all the code and stuff, to the point where, like, even if I used to know, like, a majority of the stuff that goes into Cobblemon Addons, I don't even know, like, the half of it now. Like, I am so uninformed when it comes to, like, the new 1.7 stuff. It's kind of pathetic. But you know what? We stay learning, and we stay waiting patiently for the day that, that the wiki adds pages for writing mechanics, because I don't know how to do writing mechanics. And I hope to learn so I can show you guys, because it's probably, from the little bit that I've dabbled in it, it seems really annoying to, like, line the player up with your Pokemon model and everything. But you know what? We're gonna live with it, and we're gonna figure it out. And eventually I'll show you guys how to do it, but I gotta learn how to first, you know? Whoop! We're gonna make this smooth, like that. And then we're gonna go down like this. I think. Woo! This is basically the same as Malavox's physical attack, which is fine. I think the fact that they're both bats makes this more acceptable, and the fact that they both bite you. This one more so than the other, so. Whoop. And then what I'm gonna do, actually, I'm gonna remove these, and I'm going to put the wing flap here. And then like that. Woo! Because with the magic of keyframes, I can just make the wings flap as fast or as slow as I want to, which is really cool. Check that out. And then what I have to do here is kind of just adjust the rotation to fit the animation. Whoop! It's kind of like that. That should be pretty nice. Yeah, check that out. Maybe I do. Maybe I rotate it a little faster though. Eh. I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent to that. That's fine. I think that's fine. Woo! What's the point of brush settings? Where is that? Oh, this stuff? Brush presets? I don't mess with that. I just use the pixel brush. If that's what you're asking. I have no idea. Is there brush settings anywhere else that I don't know about? I don't know. I just usually use the pixel brush, or I say usually, I always only use the pixel brush because it's what I know how to do. And the other ones are kind of lame because when you want to do pixel art like this, I don't think there's really any reason to use like a like a regular brush tool, because then it's just gonna look all like cloudy and fuzzy and not great, and there's gonna be so many different colors in your like color list, in your like swatches, and it's just gonna get messy. Dude, can I be honest? I've been listening to this song that's playing right now. I was listening to that song on loop all weekend. It's such a good song. I kind of want to rotate the body further forward here, like this. Ah! Okay, but maybe not. Maybe like this. Except he doesn't break his neck. Kind of like that. Whoop. There we go. Check that out. And then all we gotta do is mess with the, like, these little tufts of fur, so that they don't, like, mesh with, like, they don't get, how do I describe it? They don't overlap with the body. Dude, I forgot how to talk over the weekend, I guess. I don't know what happened. And then I'm just gonna kind of lower it down to here, and we can set it back to normal. Okay. And now with that, we hope that we can do the back tufts of fur too, but I want to do the mouth first, because the mouth is going to be the most concerning part, I believe. We got the nose here. Where's the mouth? Mouth. Oh my lord. Hi, Yuna. How are you? Whoop. Oh, that's not right. The nose is gonna go up like that. Woo. Not quite like that, actually. We're gonna... Whoop. You're good. Just nearly died on the server you're playing on. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're doing well at least. And also, I'm glad that you didn't die on that server. Because I feel like that would have been a little problematic, knowing you. And the way, and as in like the way you play Minecraft, because I know you like don't use armor. What the heck? Thank you for the gift sub. Holy crap. That's insane of you, Marmalade. What the heck? I don't even have an alert for that, because I don't expect people to do that. That's crazy. Thank you so much. Boop. And then we're going to move the boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Dude, that's so crazy. Hold on. Can we talk for a second? Marmalade, that's so insane of you. Thanks so much. What am I copy pasting right now? I don't even remember. The mouth opening. Okay, the mouth needs to open slower than that. Why does it say 2? I don't remember gifting any more subs here. I don't know. Maybe it counted your own? But like, that's interesting. I don't know. I don't know how gift subs work. I don't know how subscriptions work on Twitch. Especially since I'm not affiliate yet. I don't know. I don't think I get any of the money from it. But we're almost there, you know? We are on our affiliate grind. We're like nearly affiliate. We just gotta, you know, tell your friends. And we just gotta get like a good stream or two under our belt. You're inactive. Okay, well you shouldn't say that. Chat, Twitch, this person in chat, they're joking, okay? They don't actually do that. Boop. And then his mouth's gonna snap shut like that. Ah! He bites. Boop. I'm going to explode block bents because what do you mean there's no tutorial for the brush settings? When you say the brush settings, you do mean this stuff, right? I don't know what pixel perfect brush means. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea why you would use that over just pixel brush. I don't know. Smooth brush, I imagine, yeah, this is just smooth brush. Which, I don't think you should ever use smooth brush. I don't know what the presets are. I'm imagining you're talking about the presets. Which mods? Don't ban that guy. He's done nothing wrong. Hi, Kato. How are you? I'm doing great. I had a fun weekend of editing and Pokemon TCGing, and now we're back and we are making animations. That and there's a brush settings tab with texturized brush as well as dynamic settings for the painting. Really? Where? Palette, blah 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 blah. What even is the palette? Oh, wait, this is sick. Look, here's the palette that I was talking about. But yeah, last weekend, basically, all you need to know is I pulled like a $60 Pokemon card and I immediately traded it in for more packs. Because I didn't need it for like a deck or anything. Gamba, yeah. The new, I'm excited for the new TCG expansion that's coming out, the one with Zygarde. But then, also, I need to get my hands on a lot more of the Ascended Heroes packs because there's a lot of good cards in that set, and I want to make decks with them. I want to make a Mega Electros deck, and I didn't pull one. Although I did get Mega Scrafty, and he seems pretty awesome, especially if you pair him with, like, Mega Sharpedo. Which I do have enough Sharpedos to make a deck. New Zygarde is really bringing a gun to a card game. Yeah. Well, Inteleon did that already, though. Zygarde's just, like, overkilling a little bit, you know? I think my favorite thing about this guy is that once we port him into the game, you're not even going to be able to see his mouth from this angle. So, like, even though it looks ugly here, if you view the mouth from this side, it'll be invisible because it doesn't have a texture on the back, which is a cool bit of tech. And I think that it's pretty cool. Whoop. Although I do need to make this not that far going out because I don't want it to overlap with the mouth. There we go. Woo! Now, this animation is going to be a little weird in-game because usually it takes like half a second to transition between animations. He needs a dentist? No, he doesn't. His teeth are pearly. Nice and pearly and perfectly sharpened. What do we animate next on this guy? I guess the back fur, like I said I was going to, and then I didn't. We can go like here, I guess. Boop. Boop. We wrote him out. What? What? That was not a word that I just said. We wrote him out. Rotom? Chat, do you guys think Rotom Jukebox is coming to Winds and Waves? Do you think that's something they're actually going to do, or do you think they're going to rage bait us? Because honestly, I think it'd be cool either way. Because if it is in-game, then that's cool, and we get to have a new, like, what, like, normal type Rotom, or whatever? Or whatever people think it's gonna be. And then if they don't, the people who wanted it are gonna start molding, and then we can laugh at them. Because, like, when it comes to Pokemon, there's so many people that, like, get angry when they don't get, like, the new thing that they want in the new Pokemon game. And it's like, they've been doing this for, like, 30 years now. And it's like, what do they expect? I was that way with Mega Flygon. I think, like, I never particularly cared if we got a Mega Flygon or not. And then when we didn't in ZA, and then we didn't again in the DLC, I thought that was hilarious. Am I a bad person for that? I feel like that might make me a bad person somehow. Let's do the feet next. The F keys, my beloved. What does the F key do? Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. I never knew there was more to F than F in the chat. Well, if you control F on any website, you can search the entire page for a word or a phrase. 4520. What? 4520? Okay, I guess that works. Boop. I'll move this forward like that. Why is it so far out? What happened? Hello? 0.5. Okay. It needs to be like that. There we go. And if you press F in Minecraft, you can switch to your off. True! Truth nuke. Truth nuke just landed in chat. Screw the website. This is bigger, better. I'm for the models, Neon. You can't fret over every pixel when you're making the mother of all models, Neon. Are you making some, like, magnum opus, like... I hope, Nestra, I hope you're making something that's, like a worm roost scale of, like models. Or, like, block bench models. You know what, actually... I talked about worm roost, like, in a different stream, and I don't think anybody knew what it was, but I might just, like, pull up one of their development posts just to show you, like, what they've been working on over the several past years. That was a sentence. Because, honestly, I feel like the project is dead. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Worm Roost as a mod might just be dead, and I should stop clinging to false hope. But at the same time, I so want it to be, like, a real mod that, like, gets updated. Because it's such a cool thing, and it was such a cool project. And they're, like, their models for Worm Roost, like, for the, like, dragons that they add to Minecraft, are, like, immaculate looking. They're so cool. But I'm sad because we might never get them. Whoop. We're gonna rotate this 140 degrees like that. Whee! Boop. Chat, press 1 if you want me to show you a cool dragon from that mod that I have no part in. But they sneak peeked one time. 1.67. Okay, cool. I'll take that as a no. And then... but I did say 1. That is true, you did say 1. Smooth, like that. Ooh, did you see that leg movement? Hold on, let me change the background to something so you can see this. Custom color. We'll change it to, like, green. There we go. Now you can see the leg animation. Woo! Check that out. That's pretty nice. That's so snazzy. Alright, anyway. That's pretty cool. I think once I finish this animation, I'll pull up a Worm Roost picture because I really think that it's a cool mod and you all should go support it. Or, like, do whatever, you know? All that's left is for you to figure out how to organize UV maps. So, they updated UV maps recently, as of, like, a couple weeks ago. Would you say using Fulbright in Minecraft is cheating? No. I wouldn't. I don't use it personally, but I don't think it's cheating. I think if you have, for example, a window next to your PC with no curtains, and you're trying to see in a cave with shaders, I don't think it would be a bad idea to install Fulbright. Because, like, you gotta see the game. It's like setting your brightness to the max level in a horror game. It's like, It's like it's like it gives you the option to do that, and it's like you want to be able to see what you're doing, so I don't see why you wouldn't. Whoop. Woo! We're gonna smooth this. And then back to normal. Okay. Whoop. Like this. There we go. And then all we gotta do is set this to smooth. Nah, I'm not cheating then. Exactly. You're just like... It's an accessibility thing, not a cheating thing. Okay. I think that should work for the tail animation. Yeah, check that out. And then from the front, it looks like this. Yeah, I like that. That works. Okay, I really like that. I think that's pretty much everything for, Neztra, I'm not gonna lie, that message you just sent fully broke my train of thought. I don't remember what I was talking about. But I do agree with you. Also just farmed a bit more than 2 stacks of iron. Nice, nice. What you gonna make with that? I have that effect on people. Hey. You know what? More power to you. More power to you. But I think this works for an attack, for like an air attacking animation. Dude, I had such okay, I had such a realization. Cause I watched recently, like, an update video about like the stuff that they're like the actual Cobblemon devs are working on. And in the video, they pulled up animations for, like, a few Pokemon, such as, like, Torchic and, like, Goomy and whatnot. And, like, I got so sad because I was watching them and I was just, like, blown away by the quality. And I'm just like, my stuff's never gonna be that good. And I complained to Koishi about it. But yeah. Dude, the stuff they're doing in actual Cobblemon is so cool. They were adding, like camera functions to some of the animations for Cobblemon. Like, they made, like, this really sick attack animation for Tinkaton, where she does, like a double front flip and just, like, slams the hammer down. And they had, like, a full camera rig to it so that it's, like, cinematic and whatnot. And I'm like, are they adding, like, actual cinematic battles? I wish they had the Fimon, so you have a 1-up on them. Oh, that is true. We do have the Fi. The Jubilant Fi. Yeah, I guess you're right. I can't wait to model that thing. It's gonna be so stupid. We're gonna have to make its ground walk. Just like it flopping on the ground like a Magikarp. Let's see here. Have you guys actually, if you play Cobblemon and you have like a Sharpedo and sent it out on the ground, water shoes. Yeah, like, Whisker is literally going to be like, he's gonna be like a croc. He's gonna be like a Chonkla that just like flops around on the floor. That does sound funny. I'm now excited to get to that Pokemon, but we gotta do like a dozen more between now and then, so We'll get there, though. Trust. Strong trust. Actually, it's probably way more than a dozen, because we're at 34, and that guy's 49. So that's like... that's like about a dozen. A little more, but you know. Next, we've got Air Special. Air Special should be easy, I think. We're gonna pretty much start it the same way as the Air Physical. Yeah, excuse me. But instead of swooping down and around, it's gonna swoop like straight forward. And go basically horizontal like this. And it's just gonna scream. That's what's gonna happen. Now, the question... That begs the question, how the heck are we gonna do that? I'll figure it out, don't worry. Smooth. Kind of like this. Yeah. And then, woo! We gotta like, we gotta make this convincing. Like that. Yeah. Okay, that's too big of a hop. We need it to go down like that. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Maybe don't lurch forward that much. Maybe it's more like this. What does a regular cube do separate from a mesh? I think, I don't know, because I don't know anything about meshes in Blockbench, I'll be honest. I think Blockbench isn't exclusive to, like, cubes. I think that's something that's the case. And I think you can do, like low poly, like, actual low poly 3D models in this that, like, aren't cube-based. I don't know how, though. That's like the extent of my knowledge in terms of that, and I apologize because that's probably not fun to hear as someone who like wants to learn, but I have my the street What is happening here? Holy crap. I figured out the issue. That's mesh, where I select shape options, which also has a cube. I don't know. I've only ever dealt with cubes. Whoop. We're gonna do this. Except we're gonna delete all of these. Oh, not all of them. We're gonna delete. Ooh. We're gonna do that. So I'm confused. Why have a cube that cannot change, but the mesh can? This app confuses me. I don't know. Maybe they're just using the data for this kind of cube, but making it an option for like a mesh thing. So it's like. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, Nestra, which I wish I could be more of help with that, but I know literally nothing about meshes. Meshes. Doo-doo-doo. Wait. I'm waiting. I'm chilling. Is the base cube supposed to represent the character model controller? I have no idea. You're at this point. I may as well assume that we're using different programs. Whoop. Oh, I don't like that at all. Whoosh. We're gonna do this, I think. Boop. Like that. Yeah. And we might have to rotate the wings a little bit, but that should be fine. It's just for low poly modeling. It's super low poly modeling. Ah. On something or onto something. I don't know. Pick one, chat. Are you on something or are you onto something? Because I feel like I'm both. I'm on, what am I on? I'm on my vitamin D. I take vitamin D because I am so incredibly starved for sunlight because I don't go outside. Like, my doctor was like, okay, you just need to take this vitamin D pill, like, every day for the rest of your life, basically, because otherwise you're never gonna get it back. You're never going to catch up. I'd be drinking milk all day. I would if it didn't give me a tummy ache. Because if I drink too much milk, because I don't know how to not drink too much milk because it's delicious, but if I drink too much, I get a tummy ache. Whoop. I'm actually going to lower this down here. Whoop. That doesn't look right. Kind of like that. Woo! There we go. I guess you had tummy ache too, but you chug it. You love bone juice. Fair enough. Oh, you planted your sugarcane. Wait, your sugarcane's sprouting already? Dang. You know what? Good for you is here. Hi, Crimson. How are you? How are you, Crimson? Yeah, I definitely need to rotate the wings here. This is something. Whoop. Oh Lord. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that. I'm gonna go drink some milk right now. It's the household tax time. True. Last time I drank milk was like 2 days ago, because I had some cereal, and I always have cereal with milk unless I feel ill. Then I'll just eat it straight out of the box. Whoop. Kind of like this. I think this is the strat we're going for here. Woo! Maybe we go for the 1 here, honestly. Also, look at this goofy pet Pokemon. It's cool, right? But yeah, I'm doing well, Crimson. Thank you for asking. I did some cool stuff this weekend. That could almost be classified as gambling if it's not Pokemon cards, because Pokemon is family friendly and not gambling. It's appropriate for all ages. Boneview would low-key be a nice plugin for you. That does. I don't use plugins personally, because I don't know what they are, or I don't know what any of them do. Whoop. You did gambling, SMH? Nuh-uh. I got a cool Gengar card and I sold it for a lot of money. A Gengar card that I didn't pay for, by the way. I received it for free, you could say. You can make PBR materials? What is PBR? Is that another block bench thing that I'm unaware of? I need to do this next. Whoop. We can do 5 and then 5. And then we rotate it up like 55. Whoop. You got it for free and sold it? Well, yeah, I don't need it for a deck. I was never planning on making a Mega Gengar deck. I'm more looking for like, why are these not centered? Okay, there we go. I'm more looking for like, Mega Scrafty and Mega Sharpedo, which I have Mega Sharpedo, and then Pheasantipity. Could have kept it as a collection. Well, I don't collect cards to collect them. I collect them to play the game. So if there's a card that I have that's cool, but I don't need it for a deck, I'll just like trade it for something that I do need for a deck. You know? And that's also the case if I, say, get, like, I don't know. If I were to pull, like, a super valuable... For example, that SIR Venusaur that I pulled, what I did with it, I'm like, this is worth a lot of money, so I'm just gonna trade it in for, like, the regular version that's worth $2, and then just buy myself more cards with it. You know? And then it's a win-win, because I have the card that I need, and then some other collector can have the cool Venusaur, and then I can have the cards that I need for my deck. You know? It has emissives too. Yeah, Blockbench you can do emissive stuff with. I mean, the emissive stuff that I deal with isn't in Blockbench directly. I just like make the layer in Blockbench and then code it elsewhere. Whoop. Whoop. I'm gonna do this. There we go. You finally got infinite fusion, so wish me luck. Congratulations on getting infinite fusion. By the way, we are almost to our follower goal of playing that, so look forward to that, I guess. Which language do you use for this, by the way? English of the American variety. Why do you ask? Creates 2 accounts just to follow him. No, don't do that. I think that's against TOS. Probably. It sounds like it would be. Ooh, idea. Whoop. We're gonna shake things up a little. Can I do this? Whoop. Kind of. I guess I can just do that. Boop. We're gonna do 2.5 here, 2.5 the other way. And we're just gonna make this dramatic, I guess. Whoop. And I've done this a million times before, but 57, this should be 64. 62. Okay, that works. Whoop. Oh lord, did not mean to do that. Okay. This one needs to go up then, I guess. Like that. Okay. I'm going to explode you, code language, you jellyfish. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. I use JSON files. And then if I need to make like a custom move or an ability, it's I believe JavaScript. But I don't really dabble with that as much as I do just like straight up JSON format. Check that out, by the way. Whoop. And then we can grab the mouth. See, Nestra, the reason why I said American English is because I'm a stupid idiot. Okay? So you're gonna have to forgive me on that one. Whoop. Okay. Boop. We're also going to... We're just gonna make this completely over the top. As the alpha, you naturally bear this. Okay, what? Okay, what are we talking about? What are we doing? What is this? what? What's going on here? Penance. Okay. What do we have to do here? I think we have to rotate the wings still, which is going to be a pain in my butt. And I'm going to make it chat's problem too. Here, we do this. We'll just do 70. Right, no. 65. 30. 65, 30. Chat, remember this number. 65, 30. Oh, but also 65, 30, 35. 65, 30, 35. 65. You know, I could probably just do this. And then for this other one we can do 65, 30, 20. Uh, 65, 30, 20. Okay, those are the most awful coordinates you've ever seen in your entire life. Whoop. Oh, Lord. Here we go. That kind of works, you know? Something like that. Ugh, excuse me. Excuse me. I keep, like, wanting to burp and then not burping. It must be the food I ate before stream, because as usual, I eat Indian food before stream, you know? The classic Neon Riftborn special. Because I love Indian food. Delicious, delicious. I eat it multiple times a week, consistently, so. Next, we'll do the tail. We'll do 35 like that. And then we'll go up. That's not right. We'll go up. 55. And then down by whatever that is. 15. 15. Hold on. Whoop. Hold on. I need to make sure that this is... Whoop. And then it's going to go back down by like 20. And then to normal. Whoop. We can do 20 here, actually. There we go. And then the second tail part. Whoop. Like this. And then like this. And then like this. Boop. And then we copy this 2 more times. Okay. Just some classic staggered animation for the tail. You know? There we go. I think that looks pretty nice. And then all that's left is the feet, and then we're done with this animation. I think this one turned out really nice. I like how erratically he moves. Let's see here. I think I could just steal the feet from this, honestly. Boop. And then we can just kind of move them back a little bit, I think. Copy. Like that. Whoop. Whoop. Yeah, there we go. I would say that's a pretty good attacking animation for special attack. Okay. Excuse me. And then we got air status, air status, air status, air status, air status, air status. We gotta do the same thing as this status. Which should be easy. The first thing we do is we mirror the whoop. We gotta mirror the movement of the body. And then kind of goes up like this. Woo! What happened there? Why does it do a loop-de-loop? Hello? Why does it do a loop? Hello? Whoop. I have no idea why it's doing a loop-de-loop. Well, I do know why it's doing a loop-de-loop. I just don't know why I thought that would be a good idea. Whoop. And then... yeah. And it kind of just floats on back to its regular position. Like that. Whee! There we go. That works pretty well. I think I will move it a little more forward like that. Maybe? Kind of. Maybe, sure, why not? Okay, cool. Glad we agree. And then we just gotta do the wings. If it'll... there we go. Okay. The wings, we do one, and then here we do the next. Whoop. Like that. Yeah, check that out. Whoop. That's pretty much what I'm going for here. I think that works pretty dang well. What did I just do? Hello? I like dragged this up and it... Oh, okay, I see. Never mind. That's so weird. Next up we gotta do... the body again. Okay. Woo! Woo! Kind of like that. This animation's pretty easy to do, I think. And then we kind of just wobble them back to victory. Okay. Yeah, check that out. That's like perfect. That's like perfect right there. Now we can do the head. And then we can go like here. Boop. Like that. Maybe? Maybe this works. Yeah, that works. Okay. That works like perfectly. This came together a lot easier than I thought it would. Can I be honest? Okay. Next up, we do this. And then we move it back like that, and boom. Okay, done with that. And then we do the mouth. Mouth and nose. Do you think, hold on, do you think he closes his eyes while he does this? Like he closes his eyes to yell? Because I feel like he doesn't for the special attack. My PC just gave me a notification, I don't know what it was. Ah! Anyway. I think he yells with his eyes closed. I think that's a fair thing to do. Where are his eyes? Eyes open, eyes closed. Okay, sick. I do that in the fit. There we go. Okay. Whoop. Kind of like this. I think that works pretty well. Maybe not closes, but makes them, like, angry. Okay, that's one thing that I haven't actually messed around with a whole bunch that I would like to in the future, is I want to make all of my mons have, like, different expressions they can have. And that's something that the official Cobblemon mod does. Like, they have poses. I don't know how they incorporate them into, like, the posers and stuff. But, like, they have posers and, like, animations for, like, all the different expressions, and like even some mons have like a ditto face, which I think is really funny. Like you can find it, there's like an animation for Dragonite that has like a ditto face. And it looks really silly and I like it. But I want to try doing that at some point. It would require a lot of extra like detail work, especially for the mods that have like a very low aspect ratio in terms of like how many pixels they got, which will definitely make it challenging, but I still want to try and do it. Because like with Malfang, I guess we got that. We could also do... how would I even do this? I could duplicate eyes closed. Nope, I wouldn't group them. I'd dupe them. No, we're not gonna copy. We're gonna do eyes angry, right? I think I did something like this for Caffalo, actually. And then all we gotta do is take eyes open, we move them back, like that. Or actually, no, we don't. We take eyes angry, we move that to the front. We make it... 0.4? 5? 6? No. 0.5? No, it's 0.6. Okay, like that. So that it displays in front of all that. And then we just simply take the wherever this is. Hello, where's my UV? It's up here. Okay, so we just move this to a new thing. Right? Like that. Whoop. And then what we can do is just like, you know, suddenly we got angry eyes. Check that out. It's just that easy, chat. And then we take the group and we whoop, normal, angry. I think I want to add, you know what? That was a very good suggestion. I appreciate that, Marmalade. Thank you for bringing that up because I might not have thought to do that if you hadn't, so appreciate it. Whoop. I could also include this in the special attack. Whoop. Check that out. Whoop. I think that's very cool. I am going to include this in all of this stuff now. What if I... Yeah, he needs to be angry during this. Now he's less wiggly and more just like, I'm casting an evil spell. You know? That's pretty nice. I don't know what I keep pasting on accident. No, it looks intimidating. I think part of the thing, again, I think originally why I didn't think to do that is because originally this guy's intimidation factor was the fact that it was just like bug-eyed staring at you, right? And that was supposed to be the intimidation factor. I can see how it might not come across as super intimidating, but at least now he can be that and also angry. Oh shoot, hold on. Whoop, there we go. The big guy's like too cute. Yeah, I mean, have you seen... Hold on. Let me pull up his official artwork. Whoop. There's his official artwork right here. And it's like... I can kind of see the cute factor. But I also like his design in a way that's like, oh, he's vampiric now, you know? As opposed to this freaking thing. Where this guy is, oh, he's vampiric, but I'd let him bite me. Whereas this thing, it's like, you file a restraining order, you know? Yeah, I think I like that. Especially, I think this is my favorite animation I've done for him. We got air status. All that's left to do for this, I think, is the tail. And then the feet. Which, surprisingly, this guy has, like, less animation stuff to do than I thought he would. Like, when I made the tufts of hair around him, I thought that would take 10 years to make, but then it turned out I could just make one animation for him and then copy it to all of the things, because it's like, whatever. So, his tufts of hair are just, like, in a constant state of, like, being slightly billowy. You know? Whoop. I don't know what happened here. Hello? Ah, okay. Here we go. It goes down first, so we're going to do this for the stagger animation. And then up like that. And then down like that. And then up like that. And then down. And then like this. And then it should look really nice. Whoop. It's a little exaggerated on that animation, but I think it's okay. In hindsight, I probably should have made the tail 3 segments instead of just 2. But I think it works for what it is. Alright. And then as for the feet, I'm once again just gonna... Boop, boop. We already have something that works. We don't need to fix it. Like that. And then, whoop. Like this. Boop. Maybe this looks good. Who knows? No. No, like this. Something, maybe? Like that, maybe. Whee! There we go. I like that. Okay. Okay. So, all we have left to do is the faint, the recoil, the blink, the sleep, the cry. I think that's it. So the last hard one we have to do is faint. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to go use the bathroom though. I will be right back in a couple minutes, and then we can come back and finish these up. Okay? Stick around, stick around, stick around. I'll only be gone like 2 minutes, I promise. Whoop. I'm back. Excuse me. Dude, remember when I got a cough like a month ago, and then it was probably more than a month ago by now, and it's like it never completely went away? Yeah. I remember that too. And it's still annoying sometimes. Like, it comes back for like single days at a time. I swear. Like, most of the time I just don't have it. But then like today's one of the days where my body just randomly decided to be like, oh, you have like the smallest little scratch in your throat that makes you want to just like hack up phlegm all day. But you don't have any phlegm. Joke's on you. That's what my body does. And I've been living with it. I've been dealing with it. We're gonna do faint now. Mal Fang dot faint. Hold on last flame. Flame? Hold on last frame. I think I'm gonna take the pose for its normal pose. The pose for its normal pose. Yes, Neon. That's exactly what I meant to say. Boop. And we're gonna do that. How do I want to do this? I kind of want him to fall forward. I think I do want him to fall forward. We're gonna hide the wings because I don't want to deal with them right now. For the torso, we're gonna go all the way back. I think. I don't actually know. I haven't decided. We're gonna do it like this. Boop. Falls forward, question mark. Like so. But not like Gematite and fall forward. I'm talking more like every other Pokemon. Because we give every... What the heck just happened? Did anybody else see that? That was weird. Kind of like that. Whoop. There we go. Whoop. And we're gonna do this. And I'm gonna Bezier this because Bezier is my and your best friend, you know? Bezier is everybody's best friend. Boop. And by that I mean I can do this. Whee! And then I can also do this. Okay. Now we can kind of just bonk. And it looks convincing because it's blocks. We'll give him another bounce. And another. Except for this one, I'm going to select the correct keyframe before I do so. And then as for the position, we're just gonna do, oh no. We're gonna do it like this. Okay, maybe the second bounce is too fast. Maybe the first one is too slow, actually. Maybe we don't even do a third one. There we go. He's like a bowling pin right now, honestly. I don't know how I feel about it. Right here, we're gonna fold down like that. Kind of like this. And we are going to copy paste the base keyframe there. Whoop. There we go. And then back down again. Whoop. And then we're gonna rotate this up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Next up, we've got these. The little tufts of fur. What we're gonna do with that is... Oh, that's the nose. Never mind. We're gonna do tuft of fur. There we go. Whoop. Smooth. We're just gonna do it like this, I think. We're just gonna fold it down underneath. Boop. No. Boop. There we go. Also, this is not... Whoop. This is not centered correctly at all. It's gotta be more like that. There we go. And then this can go, this little tuft of fur can go all the way to the back. Like that. Whoop. There we go. Smooth. Okay. Now we gotta do the back two fluffs. We can rotate it 20 like that. 20. Whoop. And then we lift them up 4. I think 4 would be good. And then 30. There we go. Nope. 12.5 more. And then 20. 20. Okay, there we go. Whoop. Then we can do 45 here. This is the part of the modeling process where you just question all of your life choices because you're just... doing stuff like this for however long, and you're like, huh. It was really cool when I didn't have all of these cubes and then there was nothing and then I didn't have to animate it all. But you know what? We're here now. We can do 27 down. No, 25 down. Boop. $12.5 up and back down again. Boop. Excuse me. I don't even know what that was. Holy crap. There we go for that. He turns into a fish when he's sideways, by the way. Did anybody else notice that? He becomes a fish. Whoop. And then down with the tail. Woo. Like that. And then with the second tail, we go like this. Whoop. Smooth. There we go. What even happened? Hello? That doesn't look right. Whoop. Kind of like this, I guess. That looks better, I guess. It's kind of weird, but it works. It definitely looks weird. I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll roll with it for now, I think. Next up, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the mouth. We're gonna do the mouth. And probably the eyes as well. Whoop. Kind of like this. You decided to go and add gambling into your game? Really? What game are you working on? If you don't mind me asking. If you don't mind me asking. What kind of game are you making? Because I know a lot of people in chat are working on their like own other projects. And it's cool to hear about what y'all are working on. Whoop. Whoop. There's the faint animation. I know eventually all the flying mons are gonna have to get their flying animations done for when they faint, but it's like, I don't care enough to do that right now. Immersive sim cyberpunk FPS, something between the original Deus Ex and modern Arcane Studios games. Ooh. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Cyberpunk FPS, huh? That does sound really cool. And did you add like a, when you say you added gambling, did you add it like there's a casino, or did you add like CS knives? Because I feel like one would be cool and the other would be funny. Should I add the I don't know. I don't know if I should add the billows to this animation, because I don't know if you're gonna even notice it, because it won't like play for long enough to even, you know? He looks like a rat. You're planning to add a bunch of things. Economy in the game is already harsh, but I should give the players hope and a way to make it worse. Cool, cool. And you know, gambling is the #1 way to do both of those things at the same time. So I can see where your thought process is going there. I understand it and I agree. Chat, should I add gambling to Cobblemon? Oh wait, no, that's already a thing. It's got the Cobble gotcha things, don't it? Never mind. There's an add-on for that already. Now it's time for the wings. We're gonna do this. Let's see here. I want to reset these all to... We're gonna do what I like to call a little bit of deleting all of the the keyframes. I was about to say the waystones. I'm like, that's not right. Gambling games against Minecraft TOS Nooge. No, because they added like the gachapon like machine. Like, you know those gumball machines that spit out like the little gotchi ball thing? The gotcha, you know what I'm talking about? They added that, but it's like Cobblemon. $90. Hello, 90. I should also probably take the claws and reset their positions. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. And then also these should be back to normal. Because he is no longer holding on to his ears, so he does not have to do that anymore. And then for the wings, we can do... whatever that number is. We can do -20. Because I want to have a rice lound number. Yes, that's exactly what I meant to say. And then 20. So that's a prize mechanic. TM. Surprise mechanic is registered of trademark of Electronic Arts. No, it's actually what it is it's one of those things. Hold on. Oh, never mind. It actually what it is it's one of those things where it's a random NPC that's randomly generated, and depending on your interactions with the NPC, he has the possibility of coming back and returning as a later character that's important later on in the story, because the story is built around your interactions with the characters. That's what it really is. And that's about to get him in huge trouble. He's playing peekaboo with you. Peekaboo! 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 Never mind. My humor is so cooked. My humor is so incredibly cooked, chat. I want to take these 2 keyframes. And I'm just gonna actually... we're gonna move it like this, and then here I'm gonna do 20 down like that. 20. Actually, I'm gonna do way more than 20. I'm gonna do like 30, I think. 30. There we go. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, I see. It's Nemesis. Exactly. It's Nemesis. or whatever that game is, that the game mechanic got copyrighted because it was too cool for the other companies, apparently. Boop. 30. 30. Whoop. And then we're gonna do 20 here instead. Or maybe 15 even. Who said you could select that? Moving it down 12 like that. I'm covered legally, they can't sue me. Yeah. Just like how they can't sue me because I'm using something else with the Pokemon stuff, so they should sue Cobblemon before they sue me. Not that they should sue us because, you know... you know. Whee! Okay, that's pretty good. I just need to do the rest of the wing stuff. Okay, so it goes forward, and then it goes down, I think. 20. 20. We can do 15 here, I believe. I don't actually know how this is gonna look. We're gonna do 15 again. Whoop. And then we can do like whatever that is. 27.5. Cool. Okay. We're almost there. 40. 40. And then we do 30. 30. And then we just gotta flatten it out. 7.5. Ah! Ah! Okay. Okay, I don't like how this looks. This needs to be lower. 10 and 10. Whoop. We should do 20 like that. And then 20 like that. We can just do that. There we go. That works. Woo! And maybe the bounces are a little unrealistic because, like, I feel like he wouldn't bounce that much. But you know what? We'll run with it. And we're gonna pray that the wings are entirely above the floor here and not like clipping into the ground. You know? Because God knows this guy's wings love clipping into the ground, but shouldn't be much of an issue. All we gotta do now are the feet. Boop 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 boop. We're gonna do 52 here. And 52 here. Let's see, thank you. I don't even remember if I sneezed, but thank you. Whoop. And then... whoop. We can do another 80 degrees here. Like that. Boop. Boop. There we go. And we're going to smooth these. Whoop. 20. 20. Whoop. And then we can do this again, but like 5 instead of 20. Boop. Like that. Whoop. And then we can move it all back like that, and that should work. There we go. And just like that, we have our fainting animation. Yippee! That works. It's not nearly as cool as Vampira's faint animation, but we'll kind of work with it. God, I love this faint animation. I don't know why. It was so much more fun to do than the falling over ones. Anyway. Next up, we've got recoil. Malfang dot recoil. Which is easy. We just gotta do torso. Actually, we can steal this from Vampira. Whoop. We gotta take torso. Boop. Torso. Except we're gonna rotate it like this. 20 degrees that way. Like that. And then we're gonna take the head. Boop. I think that works. And then we can do the eyes as well. Recoil. There's our recoil. Okay. And then we have Malfang dot blink. Which once again, we can just take the eye animations and make them blink. Boop. There's this blinking animation. Ow. I don't know if you guys heard that. Ow. Ow, again. What else do we have? We need to do cry. Malfang dot cry. I think I have a cry for Malfang, honestly. How am I gonna do this? I think I need to do something with the mouth. I think I just have to... Ooh. It's gonna look weird in Blockbench, but it's fine. It should be fine. And I think it's just what we're gonna have to do, because his mouth is like sized to be smaller in like all of the animations. So I think what we're going to end up having to do is we're just going to have to take the animations and scale them up to be... Like, instead of that, we're going to have to make this 0. So 0.6 should be 0. And it goes up by, what, 0.4? Okay. So that should be like that. And then this should be 1.4. 1.4, like that. And it's gonna look weird, and it's okay. And I know I have a cry for this thing, so we're gonna animate effects, we're gonna go sound. And I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear it, because I never know. Okay, you need to run and get some sleep, bye-bye. Okay. You have a good night, Marmalade, or rest of your day or night. I'm glad you could stop by, and I hope you enjoyed, okay? And I hope to see you in future streams as well. But yeah, bye-bye. Where is the sound for Malfang? I know I have one, because I did make one. Boop. Ah, okay, can you guys hear this? What even would I use for that? Not BGM. Not that. Would it be this? Oh, Lord. Okay, you can hear that now. I might make this one smooth. No. Whoop. We're just gonna do this simple little... like that. We're gonna make this smooth. There we go. That works. And then that'll just be, stateful, I guess. And then, last but not least, we have Malfang.sleep. And we loop it, and we do... I'm just gonna steal the ground idle pose and make him sit down. Whoop. Because I already am a big fan of the ground idle where he's got like his wings wrapped around him. Boop. But then we're going to hide the wings so I can see what I'm doing. We are going to make the eyes. Eyes open, eyes closed. We're going to make the eyes closed. Absolutely. Boop. Like that. We are going to rotate the legs 90, maybe like 70 degrees. Uh, 70. Okay. We're gonna move them forward. We're gonna take the torso and we're going to move it like there. Whoop, and we're gonna rotate it back a little. Okay. There we go. And then all we gotta do is... whoop. Like this. And then make the middle one smooth. Let's see here. Oh, I should actually... hold on. How am I gonna do this? I guess I could extend it to 5 seconds. Whoop. And then I need to grab all of the fluff. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. And then we're going to take ground idle. We're going to copy all of the fluff. And we're going to do this. And we're going to copy it over to sleep. And we are going to copy it twice because the sleep animation is long. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take head. I'm going to take torso. I'm going to make torso rotate back. Like that. Boop. And we're going to make this smooth. And then I'm going to take this. Move it to like here. And then we're going to make it smooth again. And then we're going to go to 5. We're going to put a keyframe. Not there. We're going to put a keyframe there. Boop. And then boop. And then like this. And now we have our sleep animation. There we go. And once again, I can't make them hang from the ceiling because I don't know how to do that. And I don't even think Zubat can hang from the ceiling. So we're just going to do this for now. Wrapped up and safe, just like Vampira is. Well, Vampira actually isn't. Vampira... I forgot that's what I made Vampira sleep anim. Oh well. Okay. I think we are ready. No, we're not. I need to do something very important. I need to set this to Pokemon.Malfang.cry. Never forget to do that. That's very important. Otherwise, your cry won't work. Okay. Let's move over to the data files real quick. Boop-a-doo, species custom. We're gonna copy and paste Vampira's. Whoop. Malfang. Because Malfang needs a data file. We're going to bring the code up here. I am going to show the code on stream. Boop. It works. Okay. So Vampira, I believe Malfang is going to be number 33. Poison Flying, Compound Ice, Fluffy, Strong Jaw, that all works. I need to change the base stats. I need to pull up the base stats. Where are the base stats? All I know about Vampira, or Malfang, is that he's fast. Okay. The base stats we've got for this thing are... Whoop. You know something I've noticed, by the way, is that most Pokemon that we've done so far have the highest speed out of any of their stats. Malfang has... Wow. Okay. Malfang has 96 HP. 104 attack, it's got 70 defense, it's got 54 special attack, and 51 special defense, and then 105 speed. Weirdest stat spread of all time. Like, makes no sense why I would do any of that, but you know what, we're here now. Base stat total of 480. Let's see here. The catch rate of this thing is going to be whatever Malavox's catch rate is. I don't know what Malavox's catch rate is. Can I be honest? I don't know what Malavox's catch rate is. We're gonna need to look at that real quick. Malavox, 190. Okay, that's still pretty high. I might honestly drop that down to like a Experience group, medium fast, blah, 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 blah. Tolerated leaders. That reminds me, I'm going to have to bring up Vampira's data file because I need to change this out. Boop, 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 boop. Tolerated leaders, Malfang. And then we're going to put that at tier 2. And then I'm going to do the same thing for Malfang. I'm going to change this to Malfang. Boop. Max size? 4, I believe. Yeah, 4. And then can't sleep on bed, shrew, blah, 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 blah. Well, not okay, whatever. Normal walk speed. I don't know what the walk speed's gonna be. We'll figure that out later. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Malavox. I'll just increase the levels from, like, here. Boop. I'll increase them by, like, 1 level. There we go. Malfang. Malfang. Let's see, hitbox, blah, blah, blah. I don't know about the hitbox. I know it's going to be like 1.2. No. It's going to be like 0.9. No, 0.8 width. And then like 1.2 height. Something like that. As for the EVs that it gives you, it'll give you 2 speed EVs, and then we'll just leave the less of rat. We'll leave the I can't talk. We'll leave the rest of that for another time, and by another time I mean later in this stream. So stay tuned. God, I am on something today. I don't know what it is. I am yapping. I need to calm the yaps down. Malfang.json. We gotta do the spawn pool world next, which will be the exact same as Vampira's, but we're going to decrease the weight by 90%. Malfang. Malfang. Becomes much more common when it's a full moon. Next we can do, I believe I already have this in sounds.json, don't I? Yeah, I have Malfang in sounds.json. Okay. What about the lang files? Actually don't look at lang files. I have spoilers in the lang files. Oops, my bad. Ah! Okay, we gotta do Malfang. Malfang. And Malfang. I also just remembered that I need to add in the evolution to the data files, which I will do after I do this. Filler. Boop. Okay. We're gonna go back to here. Evolutions, evolutions, evolutions. Okay, I don't know why I removed this. I thought I had this already. I'm gonna steal Chirp Arrows because they evolve at the same level. Whoop. Oops. Like that, and then we go back to Vampira, my bad. Boop. Like that. ID is Vampira into Malfang. Result will be Malfang. Boop. And then level 29. Yeah, whatever. Okay, cool. Cool. I didn't accidentally give Malfang a level up move at 29, did I? Okay, I didn't. Cool. I need to add the pre-evolution. Vampira. I believe that's how you do it, right? I don't know if you need to have a space. I don't think well, I think it doesn't matter. Let's see here. Bum bum bada bum bum bum. Bum bada bum bum. What else do I have to do? I think I need to do the poser next, which is going to be amazing for everybody involved. Yeah, poser. I'm going to steal, I believe... I think I'm going to steal Hatchick's poser. I think that's the one that's closest to what I need. Malfang. Where's Malfang? There it is. Okay. Malfang. Boop. And then I can just do all this. Boop. Boop. Battle idol. It should be air idol. Yep. Ah! Wow, I just keep... Okay, never mind. I'm an idiot. I was pressing the wrong button. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Malfang is in all the places it should be, I believe. Yep. Head can be head. Not mead. Head. No idea about that stuff. We'll figure that out later. We just gotta do the resolver now. Where is... Okay, we'll just steal vampires again. Boop. Malfang. Okay. Boop. Malfang. Oops. I always forget it does that. Malfang. Okay. Now I'm just gonna validate these Jasons real quick, just to make sure I didn't horribly mess anything up. Boop. Okay, cool. I don't need to validate that one. We're all done. Okay, yeah, that's all of them. Okay, sick. Awesome. Love that. Okay, cool. Which means that it is the time we've all been waiting for. And that is the time to do this, I believe. Hold, please. Does it work? There we go. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Okay. We are going to, first of all, replace our resource pack. Boop. Boo-dee-boo. Boo-dee-boo. Okay. Just like that. And then I am also going to quickly replace the... I'm going to replace the data pack in the world with it. Resource reload failed. Okay, that's a great start. Hmm. Okay, well, something's wrong. What's wrong? Is it... Chat, I always do this. It always messes up. Yeah. Okay, cool. Did I spell it wrong somewhere? Because I know that's an issue. It's not in the resolver. Everything's fine there. Everything's fine in the poser. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna go ahead and just delete the files one by one to see which one's causing the issue. Because that is usually the fastest way to troubleshoot. Let's see here. It's gonna be something in here. It's probably gonna be the poser file, if I'm being honest. If I delete that, and then I boop, 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 boop. Okay. Does it work now? No. Interesting. It's not the poser file. That's fascinating, honestly. Can I have my poser back? Please. Okay, cool. Maybe what we do instead of doing that, we... Okay, is the poser in here as well? Am I dumb? Hold on, I'm just gonna... Boop. Copy, paste. Yeah, whatever. Okay, cool. We are going to delete the resolver file and see if that fixes it. Boop. Eh? It is the resolver file. Okay. Oops. Okay, so there's something wrong with our resolver. What is it? Am I blind? Is it something stupid? Malfang base. Species Malfang. Malfang. Texture Malfang.geo. Boop. Something is wrong with this file. Chat, does anybody see what's wrong with it? Because it says it's valid. 0_Malfang_base. Textures Pokemon Malfang. Okay. What if I just delete the poser and make it again? And maybe this time I won't make the same dumb mistake that I supposedly did. Okay. That's the plan. Resolver. We're gonna delete this. Yeah. Get that out of here. Okay. And we're just gonna make it again. Boop. 0_Malfang_base. And delete this. Wow, I can't spell anything. Alright, sick. Validate it real quick. Blah blah blah, just in case. Okay, cool, awesome, love that. Boop 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 doo boo. Copy paste here. Hide the coding overlay so y'all can see what I'm doing. Boop. Oh. Okay, it works now. Sick, awesome, love that. I'm also going to repaste the data pack just so that we're safe. Boop. Copy, paste here. Alright. Chat, it's a moment of truth. Here we are. Okay, cool, awesome. We are going to take Vampira, and we're gonna evolve this thing. Level 29. 28. 29. Okay. Please don't crash. Oop, something's not right. Something's not right. You see that? Something went wrong. Something went wrong. But hey, it didn't crash, so that's a very good sign. That means there's once again something wrong with one of the files. Bedrock Pokemon animations. Models. Just to confirm, malfang.geo.json is in the correct spot, which means why is the resolver just isn't calling for it? Malfang.base. Malfang.geo. No, it definitely works. Yes, Cobblemon.malfang. So this is calling for it correctly. Cobblemon malfang.geo isn't, though. Which is fascinating. Because if I pull up Vampira's, it's like Vampira.geo. Okay. Malfang.geo. And the thing that we are dealing with right now is called Malfang Model Identifier Unknown. Really? Hello? I can only assume that that's correct. Model Identifier Unknown. Vampira.geo. Malfang.geo. I can only assume that it's supposed to say that. Let's see here. Whoops. There we go. What else do we got here? I'm going to check out, let's see here. We can open up. I'm going to open up latest.log and see what's going on. Let's see here. Server acknowledged connection check. Evolution triggered by Neon Reform has missing evolution data for Cobblemon Malfang. Incomplete evolution data, Vampira Malfang. Please report to the data pack creator. Okay. So that could be an issue. We could go back here. We could say, okay, the pre-evolution is Vampira. This thing turns into Malfang. Maybe that's the case for all the Pokemon. Give Pokemon Sherpera level equals 30. And does this change something in the latest log when I do this? Sorry, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Oops. Okay, does that say the same thing if I do that? If I close latest.log and then I reopen it. Woo! No. Okay. So there is definitely something wrong with the evolution data. And I think that's the issue. I think the issue is that there's something wrong with the evolution data. How do I troubleshoot this? I don't think I've ever had this issue before. Because it still lists it as Vampira. Let's see here. Because Vampira evolves level up into Malfang. And then Malfang has the... Whoop! Re-evolution Vampira. Maybe there shouldn't be a space. Oh, goody, I managed to catch the stream. Hi, Koishi, how are you? What if I do that? What if I get rid of that space? What if that space just actually mattered? And I actually need to... Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Go here, replace the data pack.
It is our anniversary, we should kiss.
Thank you for the resub, Koishi. I don't know. We're gonna see what happens if I just get rid of that space and then save and then reload the world. Will the game crash, ladies and germs? Will the game crash? No. I think this Vampira is just cooked. I'm gonna be honest. Give Pokemon Vampira level equals 30. Whoop. Yeah, Vampire. That doesn't make any sense. Why is it doing that? Vampira. Result Malfang. Okay. Is this JSON invalid? No. What happened? Oh, I found the issue. Okay, we're not gonna talk about that. What happened, chat? What happened? I don't know why I say it like that. I said it like that one time, or I guess maybe I heard somebody say it like that, and then I just adopted it. What happened? It's like the same kind of energy as why noi. Okay, now it should work. Now it should work. Whoop. Okay, so it's still a substitute doll, but that's fine. It's fine. Because that means we are one step closer to succeeding. So it is Malfang. Let's see here. We're doing a bat furry after this. At this point, that has become an off-stream activity, I believe. Not for the reason you think, but because I don't know. That's like our side project. No, it's not like this. No. It's just it's just like a thing that me and you are working on the side, like alongside the rest of the stuff, you know. Let's bring up the latest log again. That's fun. That's a fun thing to do, right, chat? It says, server acknowledge Vampira evolved into Malfang. Okay. Someone's benching my side quest. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Kind of. But, like... You gotta understand. I got like 2 more parts of the tutorial series to edit, and then we can do that, okay? And then that can be the next thing. So I'm going to go ahead and replace the resource pack. And see if it fixes something. Like that. Sorry, I did it off screen. You couldn't see it, but I did do that. The game crashed! Let's go! Let's go! Alright. Peak. Chat, we just experienced peak. Let's see. What went wrong? Bip boo. Bip bip. That means we're making progress. Can it tell me? I guess I can look at latest log again. That's no fun though, cause hold on. Can I open latest.log with Notepad? Okay. Okay, here's latest.log. Don't dox me. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't know if there's going to be anything that doxes me in latest log. Boo. You're going to have to look at a black screen for a moment, by the way. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Pokemon renderer, yeah, stopping server. It's like, we don't know how to render this. Delete the entire game. Rendering entity in world. Yeah. Failed to load model file with identifier. Cobblemon.bedrock /Pokemon/model/Malfang/Malfang.geo. You can ignore this in the above message if this is not a Cobblemon model. Damn. Where is the I evolved into the thing? Player blah blah blah. Evolved into Malfang. Reloaded resource packs. Clearing data for reload. File Cobblemon sounds Cobblemon Pokemon Galarian Ponyta Cry .ogg does not exist. Missing sound for event entity.goat.screaming horn break. Okay, cool. Shader Cobblemon particle cannot find sampler. Where's Malfang? Failed to load model with identify. Okay, here it is. Okay. Rendering entity in world. Blah 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 blah. I'm trying to learn how to read latest log, by the way. Did I go over cries and sounds in the tutorial series? Yes. That is something that I did. That is something that I went over. And you are going to learn how to do. So, look forward to that. Okay, Cobblemon Bedrock models. Okay, Malfang.geo.json just failed to... It's the model. That's so... What? Excuse me? Okay, for some reason, this didn't load. Cobblemon.malfang, that works, because that just calls for this file here. Is there any other Vampiras in the data file that I need to be made aware of? I don't think so. Close that, close that. We can close that too, that's not the issue here. Models. Malfang.geo.json is in the models folder, so... I don't know why that wouldn't load. Textures, Pokemon, Malphite, Malphite.png. What about the poser file? Is there something wrong with the poser file? Let's see here. Poser file. Blah 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 blah. Malfang, Battle Idol, Era Idol. Faint, Cry, Recoil, Physical Special, Air Special, Status, Air Status. Okay, we have all that. Battle Idol, Blink, Air Idol. Ground Idol, blah blah blah. We do have all that, right? Whoop. Ground Idol, Ground Walk, blah 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 blah. We do have all of that. I'm glad this isn't telling me what the issue is, and it's just saying failed to load the model. Yeah, at that. Yeah, apparently flying animations are scary. They are definitely, I will admit, restart that sentence. Flying animations can be scary. If you don't know, like if you've never done one before, they're definitely scary, and I was definitely, it's like another thing you have to learn how to do, you know? Fabric loader, new launch, such art, blah 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 blah. Get poser. Oh, it is the poser. Okay, the poser's wrong. What's wrong with the poser, chat? Let's play the game. What's wrong with the poser? Peak scan? I didn't see it. What was the scan? Was it just like nothing? It's just... let's see here. Fly, air fly. It is called air fly, right? We got air idle and we got air fly. Okay. Ground walk, ground idle. Yeah. Air physical, air special, air status. Someone is extorting me of my channel points. Who is? Is that me? I'd better not be. That wouldn't be very nice of me, would it? Battle idle, physical, blah, 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 faint, sleep, whatever. Okay, cool. Am I missing an animation that I just forgot about? It's always me. I always do this. No. How could I? How could I? How could I do this to my chat? Hey, what's wrong with the poser file? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe it's this. Maybe head is bad. But it wouldn't be, though. It wouldn't be. It would be? No, it wouldn't, because he has a head bone. So he can use it for his head bone. It totally is. Okay, well, let's change this back to body the way it was, okay? I actually took his head bone. Yeah, I'm sure. Why didn't YouTube warn me that the stream was happening? Hi, Marcio. How are you? How are you? Hi, hi. It's in your belly. Wash my belly. Wash my belly. I can't believe you ate his head. He's headless now. This section contains information related to dynamic. Wash my belly. All I know about the only thing I know about that meme is I recall Chibidoki quoting it like on several occasions, and that's the extent of my knowledge on wash my belly. I could also do... Ooh. What is Neon Plays Infinite Fusion? That's my follower goal over on Twitch. Once we hit 80 followers, I will play Infinite Fusion on stream. You know what? I have a better idea. Hold on. Yeah, Crimson's currently playing Infinite Fusion. Let me just delete Malfang's poser like I did with the Resolver, and we're gonna do that. And we are just going to quickly copy Vampira's Malfang. And we're gonna keep that the same, Malfang. Battle idle, battle flying should be air underscore idle. This can be all of this. Standing, walking, ground idle, ground walk. Hover should be air underscore idle. And then this should be air underscore fly. Malfang. Boop. And then sleep. Yeah, that works. You should play Finite Fusion. It's a bit short, though. Yeah, I'll get right on that. I'll get right on that. Okay, I beat it. What now? Bam, 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 bam. You saw the rest of the stream on television? I don't know how I feel about being shown on like a TV with speakers on. I feel kind of self-conscious now. Gosh dang it. It's fine though. We stay winning. You better yet play Finite Split. Oh yes, Infinite Fusion and Finite Split. No, don't apologize. I'm watching Neon in my home theater right now, so the whole neighborhood can watch. Yeah. If you're watching off of Koishi's TV through their window right now, you should drop a follow on Twitch so we can play Infinite Fusion. Sorry, I'm reloading the resource pack right now with whatever I did just now. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Let's see what happened. Did the poser mess up? Oh no. Oh no. What if I delete the poser? Attempt to enable it. Hmm? No. Okay, the poser's fine. Never mind. Bring back poser, please. Oops. You also saw the filter? Yeah, that's a Twitch redeem. People can redeem the filter scan thing. So it must be something with the resolver then, but what? Cobblemon Malfang. Okay, that's the species. Good. Is something wrong with one of the files in the actual thing? Malfang. Malfang.animation.json. No. For the model itself, it goes in a Malfang. Malfang.geo.json. Okay, cool. That's... I mean, we got textures, I guess. Malfang, we got Malfang and Malfang Shiny. Okay. Hey chat, I'm an idiot. I don't know what's wrong. As for the sounds, we got Malfang, right? Pokemon.malfang.cry, we made sure we did that. And then we also have Malfang_cry.ogg. Will latest log tell me why the resource reload failed? Boop. I don't know how, but I just noticed that. Okay. Me when. Let's see here. Okay. So the last thing that got loaded in latest log is emissive suffixes loaded. Yeah, okay. So if we come here and then we do this. Not legacy console, please. Bam, bam. And it doesn't load, okay. In latest_log, if we open that up, is that still the same thing that got loaded? No, it's not. Clearing data for reload, blah 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 blah. No sampler 2. Failed to load model with identifier. Yeah. Hello. Hi. Watching on Koishi. Okay. Watching on Koishi's TV. Alright. 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 We got a jokester in chat. We got a jokester in chat. Unable to load model. Yeah. The screen resolution is so good. Unable to load. Okay, unable to load at completable future.encode throwable. What is any of this? Interesting. It's saying possible ban evader. I'm watching it. Is for oh yeah, that would make sense if it's from the same IP address. That's funny. No, that's just Koishi, but again, Crimson, you don't need to worry about it. Varying renderable resolver to initialize. Yeah, Cobblemon repository, varying model repository, reload. Varying renderable resolver. Really? Better not be trying to trick the system. Yes, yes, of course. Yeah, it's just saying the resolver's wrong. Why? Why is the resolver wrong? What's wrong with the resolver, chat? Chat, let's go through it character by character to figure out what's wrong with this. Cobblemon Malfang. It's calling for Malfang, which is this, right? It's calling for this. And in the folder, that is correct. That is how it should be. This is how we treat new viewers. Okay. No, new viewers are greeted here with warm welcomes. Especially if you're watching on TV and broadcasting and annoying your neighbors. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Because it calls for Malfang, Cobblemon Malfang, which we have. And then 0_Malfang_base, order 0. He calls for Malfang's poser and Malfang.geo. Both of which are right here, by the way. I just realized I have Malfang base open twice. That's cool. Here's the poser, by the way. Which we have, and it's calling for the poser. And then the geo.json we also have. The texture, Pokemon Malfang, Malfang.png. Which, just to double check... Boom, bum, 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 bum. We do have it. It is the right file path. And then no layers. And then shiny. I should definitely make another account to get the goal. Please don't do that. As much as we want to hit the goal, I don't want to like. I don't want to get into that. I feel like that might be. I feel like that might be breaking TOS somewhere if we do that. If you do that. You have a Pokemon called Nidomelli, and it's just a version of Godzilla. Send you the image. No spoilers. I appreciate the image, but no spoilers. Give a Pokemon. Okay. Keep your Tenga Pokemon to yourself, Koichi. Gosh dang it. To be fair, it's only one of many spirits. Sprites, yeah. Well, what if I get it? What if I get spoiled? Yes, this is me being whiny, and I don't care. What if I get spoiled? What if it spoils me, and I don't know? Hey. So... Why, okay. I don't understand why... this isn't loading. It's steel poison because every Fakemon in your pack is part steel. Why poison? I can kind of see poison, but I also kind of don't see poison. Boo doo doo boo doo. Boo doo boo. Client render models blockbench repository varying model repository dot reload. Varying model repository. What is varying model repository? A lot of loop is toxic, I guess. Varying render. Varying renderable resolver. So is it saying there's multiple things that... Anyway, God, I love this game. I wish I could download it into a DS game. There is probably a way you could homebrew that onto like a Game Boy Advance. I imagine playing it on a 3DS. That would be cool, I will say. It seems to be like, oh, it's calling for multiple things at once. Varying renderable resolver. Right? That's what the error is? Varying model repository. Varying model repository. You call for many things like a father. What does that mean? I'm gonna Google this really quick. Let's see here. Varying model repository. Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, you type the entire log into this post. Did you modify the Cobbleverse mod pack in any way? Blah blah blah. What did you add? Come on, blah blah blah. Okay, so I found somebody with the same problem as me. That's cool. That's about it. Let's see here. Because, like, the problem is I don't see anything immediately wrong with this. Let's see here. What am I gonna make a steel type Fakemon? Let me look. I can look that up right now. The very first steel type Pokemon is number 71. You're only here for furries and steel types, actually. Well, we got number 71. You know what? I'm gonna say that's based. 71, good lordy lord. Well, we're like halfway there. Decades away, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, and I hate it. I wish I could work on this faster, but Minecraft is not like resolvers, I guess. Cobblemon Malfang. You're only like Dex entry 45 myself. You can always stop. You always stop moving the moment I redeem scan. Why? I mean, I can't really read if I'm doing this all the time, but I do apologize. I don't know what's wrong with it. Read SMH. Read SMH. Do it anyway. Chet. I'm gonna be honest. The main reason I added the filter scan was so that you could get cool freeze frames from my stream, and then you post them, and you'd be like, "Look at this idiot." Stretching time. Groan into the mic. I'm not gonna do that. There's no way I spelled something wrong, because if I did, then I'm just the biggest idiot on the platform, right? Surely I just spelled one of the folders wrong. Malfang. Malfang.png. No. You kinda did? Nuh-uh. That wasn't a groan, that was a baby banshee begging for food. Hey. Hey. Hey now. Let's see. Malfang. You almost died. No, I've just been sitting in a chair for 3.5 hours. 2 pin. Koishi, let's keep it in our pants for now. let's try and calm it down a little bit. Malfag.geo.json. Where's the water bottle? What do you mean where's the water bottle? We're how about we don't lose our gallons to just let's not lose our gallons to hypothetical banshees. Joke's on you, I haven't worn pants for 8+ years. Vine boom sound effect. I don't have a soundboard. Should I get a soundboard? I don't know how to do a soundboard. Malfang.animation.json. Yeah, I don't know what could possibly be wrong with this. Like, genuinely, no clue. Alright. I'm gonna spray water on them. I know some... Okay, do you know those Twitch streamers that have, like, that you can, like, redeem? Like, you can play, like, a green screen clip, like, overlaid onto the stream? You guys know what I'm talking about? So that they can place, like, a spray bottle anywhere on the screen and, like, have it play a clip of, like, a spray bottle. Wallop? What? Did I say that? Oh, never mind. You're talking to each other. Okay, I just understood the context of what's happening. Griffs. Look. Hello, Tanoshiro Kiki. I'll call you Kiki. Hi. Welcome in. Right now, what's going on is, we're struggling because we just finished making this guy and we just finished animating him. And we're trying to put him in the game, and Minecraft does not like our resource pack. So that's what's going on right now. And Minecraft doesn't like our resource pack, and I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with the code. Looks awesome. Thank you. It's, if you ever heard of Cobblemon, it's an add-on for the Cobblemon mod that I'm working on and have been working on. And I don't know what's wrong with this file, but this file is causing the entire resource pack to just not work. Bam, 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 bam. I don't trust this new cheddar. I think they're planning on bringing down the Neon Media Empire. You know, Koishi, I say we give them a chance. I don't think every single new person is out to get me, you know? Only person planning that is you. Yeah, you're not wrong. Skimming mischief. Yes, of course. Because if I delete this file, the data pack just works, and the resource pack works. One chance, but if I see you planting bombs, I'll get cranky. Of course. Let's see here. Should I just post this in the Discord, on the Cobblemon Discord, and be like, why is it not working? I get varying Cobblemon varying model repository error. Cobblemon varying model repository error. Thanks AI. Why some models are being replaced by other things? How do I fix? Okay, that's not right. If you're using custom model add-ons, ensure they're updated. Yeah, whatever. Maybe Cobblemon Discord is scary low-key because they can be mean sometimes. Nuh-uh, I've always had them be nice. One thing that I did think of, actually, hold on. Here's something that I thought about. If we come over to Blockbench, you'll notice that this right here is absolutely not, absolutely not the format that is normal for a texture map. One of them called you smelly once, you cried for years. Well, you didn't deserve that, I'm sure. Let's see here. We're gonna not click that button. How do I see this thing's properties? Project? Model identifier, unknown. Cool. Love that. Convert project. Current format bedrock entity, that is correct. Pat for increasing blood flow pat for increasing blood flow to the brain and find the solution. I think it might be something to do with the model itself, because this is not how all of the other like textures are formatted. We come over here and we click on UV overlay, like these are formatted so different. You see? And this one is formatted like that, and I don't know why. Base properties. If you smack his head hard enough, will reboot. That is true, by the way. I've tried it. One time, when we were like moving into a new house as a family, I was like running around, and I wasn't wearing shoes. I was wearing socks, and I was running to a light switch that was positioned above a tile floor, and there was a cabinet right next to it at about head level, and I like slid over to it to turn the light switch off before we left, and I banged my head really hard on the cabinet to the point where I just started like bleeding out of my head, and I feel like that's where most of the problems started. You know? I think that's where things started to go wrong. I feel like your head would pop since it's filled with air and impure thoughts. That's not true. I don't have impure thoughts. Let's see here. Why does the block bench texture have a weird... Why does the block bench texture formatted weird? Why block bench UV map Disconnected faces. Bam, 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 bam. Per face UV mode? Maybe? I don't know. Lordy Lord Kiki, you should see what they send me. I don't send you, like... Koishi, you send me more, like, impure things than I send you, and that's a fact. Most of that stuff is coming straight out of your, like, your folder on your desktop. I think the last thing I sent you was just like a gif of Tyranitar doing a backflip. Let's see, auto UV mirror. Something's wrong with the UV map. And I don't know what, but this shouldn't be like this. UV. Why can I move the UV faces individually and not as cubes? Cubes. You made a little blue dino in Blockbench. He's now a good luck creature. The last thing you sent me so vulgar, I cannot even describe it. What even was? I'm about to leak these DMs. What's the last thing I sent you? I sent you a message. I said, "No way, dude. It's vaporwave." That's the last thing I sent you. Yeah, I'm leaking DMs. Yeah. What if I create a texture and I call it Malfang and I hit confirm? Why is it like this? Solid color template, texture template. Rearrange UV? No. I don't understand, chat. I don't know what's wrong with it. Box UV? Maybe? What does box UV do? Boop. Ah. I think I figured it out. Malfang. Okay, something went horribly wrong here. Create texture. Box UV. Malfang. Boop. Okay, I think this is how it's supposed to be, first of all. I don't know why these are so gigantic and enormous, but you know what? And then we're gonna do the same thing for this, I think. Hold on. Ah! Leaking DMs on stream is crazy. Nuh-uh. And boop. Can I render mode? Okay, not like that. Boop. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna take all these colors and we're going to replace them with what they're supposed to be. Boop. I opened Premiere. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to do that. It's gonna lag my stream. No. Okay, it's fine. Boop. What's happening here? Why? Hello? Anybody else seeing what I'm seeing right now? there's some things going on. Posture check. Stream is okay so far. Mayhem. Yeah, pretty much. Something is wrong here. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Let's see here. We reached our follower goal of 80. Yippee! I forgot I made that. I forgot I made that the notification. I straightened my back. I did the posture check. I did it. I promise. I did. Okay, what is this? What kind of fruit is this? Okay, I think I have to retexture a lot of this stuff. Uh-oh, oops. Not to mention... Boop. We're just gonna do it like that, like that. I think I literally just have to remake some of these textures, unfortunately. You've seen Fakermon rides act like that in the sub-goal clip. Oh, really? So it's not just me. Boop. Hopefully doing this will fix the errors that we're getting with the Minecraft resource pack, because I don't know why it wasn't already set to be that kind of thing. Or like the texture. I don't know why the texture was weird like that. We're gonna flip that like that. Whoop. We're gonna flip this as well. There we go. And then we're gonna flip this. Boop. Okay. Any other textures that are flipped that I need to be made aware of? What is going on with his feet? Hello? I see what's going on with them, and I don't like it. Boop. 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 Okay. Neon looking at feet yet. What do you mean yet again? What do you mean by that? Boop. Boop. Like that. These yet again allegations. These are not real. We don't kink shame here. Hey. Are we playing Infinite Fusion now? Okay, here's what we can do. We can Infinite Fusion on Wednesday. We can change the art stream to an Infinite Fusion stream. That's something we could do. Or we could do it next week, next Wednesday. That's up to you guys. How do you guys want to do it? Do you want to do it this Wednesday or next Wednesday? I mean, we're gonna be doing it next Wednesday either way, but do we want to start it this week? I think we should do it now. Maybe not. I don't think we're gonna have time for it today, honestly. But if we did, I totally would. Make sure the animations work. Oh, something's not right here. Why is that tooth there? Hold on, hide the nose. Where's the nose? Hide that. Oh yeah, because for some reason I decided to do this and it was all messed up. Boop. There we go. Just do a 24-hour stream. I don't think... Chat, at what point do we go, okay, we should do a subathon now? Like, at what point, what channel size do you think would be a good idea for that? Not that I could, though, because, like, I don't have the facilities for that at all. But, like... Oh, something's wrong with the eyes as well, it appears. Let's see here. We need eyes open to be hidden. We need eyes closed to be brought forward. And we need to remember what it looked like before. I think it was like this, though. It absolutely was not like that. Okay, never mind. Plus, what we need to do first is move these. Like that. Okay. That works. That works for eyes closed. And then eyes angry? Is eyes angry something? I donate all my money in subs. No, you wouldn't. I wouldn't let you. Whoop. Eyes angry. Yeah, these need to be changed too. Oops. Alright, and then eyes angry can just be like that, and like that, and like that. I think that's how they looked. I'm pretty sure that's how they looked. Eyes angry. We can move that back. Oops. Like that, and then we can copy and paste this. We can do like that. Ah! And then all we gotta do is match the colors. The dark blue. And then we gotta do the eye color as well. Boop. Like that. God, this is so annoying. Like this. And like this. There we go. There's the shiny. There we go. And then what else do we have to do? What else do we have to do, chat? We have to go back to here. Whoop. Box. Box. Okay. Now we try and reload. Because it won't call for like a goofy weird thing. So we should be good to load the resource pack. And if it doesn't work again, then I have literally no idea. I think that's a no, the way it loaded just now. Wait, it worked! Holy crap. Wait, chat, this might be it, this might be it, this might be it, this might be it. Holy crap. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Eh? Yo! Whoa. You poor thing, what happened to you? I think his texture might be a little weird. But that's okay. That means it's working. So how do we fix that now? Because the textures work here. They absolutely don't work in the actual thing. It's loading like this. Right? Yeah. How do I fix that? How do I fix that? Because it should load. I set it to load this. But it's not. What if I just delete these? What if I delete Malfang. Boop, boop. Okay, what if I delete those and then do this? Show Minecraft again. Boop, boop. I swear, every time I import a new Pokemon to this game, I get like a brand new thing that I've never seen before. Oh! Missing texture. Okay. So why would that be the case? Because the resolver says, hey, oh, okay, here's what we do. Okay, that's the issue. In the moment of truth, everything goes wrong. No. Things haven't gone wrong. It hasn't crashed, which is a good thing. What we're gonna do is we are just going to rename these files. Or no, we're not. We're going to go to Fakedex Cobblemon. We are going to go to the resolver once again. Find Malfang. Whoop. Box. Underscore box. Like that. Because that is what it's called. And then we're going to reload one more time. Trust. Trust, chat. We got Ogrepon's theme backing us up. It'll work this time. Trust. Copy. Paste. And now we reload. Boom, baby. Boom, baby. Check that out. I told you it would work. Look at him. He walks way too fast, which is fine. Look at him. We've done it. We've made the 2 version exclusives. And then they can fly. Look at him. That's so sick. Yippee! Yippee! And then what we're gonna do is we're going to teach it. Is this a, this is a not okay? We need a special move like that. Okay. Okay. Now what we do is we come over here, we spawn Pokemon. No, what we do teach me to rest. No. 1 rest. Okay. And we do rest here, and then we spawn Pokemon Medivox level equals 25. Okay. I did not mean to send that out. Send out the other one. There's the battle theme working. Ow, he does so much damage. Physical attack. There's the physical move. He's screeching. The special move. Yeah. Now we just need the status. There we go. So all of those animations work. Hell yeah. And one last test, which is to bring this guy up in the air. and test it out with this kind of a thing. What's going on here? This ain't right. He's doing... What? What is this? The poser. Chat, the poser. Something went horribly wrong. Did I put Vampira somewhere in the poser? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Assets, Pokemon, Bedrock, Pokemon, posers. Malfang. Yes, I did. Okay. Easy, though. That's an easy fix. That's an easy fix. That's an easy fix. Because right now he's using Vampira's animation, so we just need to reload, because I just fixed that issue. We're gonna come back here. Boop, boop, boop. Alright. Alright. Alright, 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 alright. Boop. I'm so hyped for this. There we go. And now we test physical attack. He's on the ground, because, you know, I also didn't fix that. Whoop. I didn't give him flying attacks. I forgot about that. Air physical, air special, and air status. Like that. And then I need to pull up like Hatch Exposer, I guess. Hatchick. And then I need to find... This is Jiboy, that is not Hatchick. What the hell? I need to find... this. For battle flying, I need to add the named animations category to Malfang. Boop. Malfang. 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 Okay. Malfang is so beautiful, right? We're gonna validate this real quick. Boop. It is valid. Okay, we're going to reload one more time. Boop. Copy, paste. And. Don't crash. Okay, there we go. We test out status. Yeah, there it is. I died. Alright, we're just gonna come over here. We're gonna spawn in like a spawn Pokemon Canopine. Level equals 30. Come up here. Come up here. Oh my lord. Okay, that works, that works, that works. Whoop. Okay. We gotta test the physical attack. There we go, there we go. And then last one. Special. Yippee! It works. All of the animations work. All of them work. Chat, all of them work. Chat, all of the animations work. We're hyped. Okay, you know what? Alright. I'm gonna call it there, because that is a resounding success. We are going to put this guy in the PC. Whoop! Right there. / give Pokemon... Ah! Vampira. Boop. We now got the line complete. I still need to deal with that, but I'll do that later. Alright, chat. I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in today, because we just finished the entire Malfang line, and that's super awesome, and I'm glad we were able to do it on stream. So thanks so much for sticking around for that. And you should expect the short for Malfang to go up tomorrow. Keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for that on YouTube. Other than that, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We hit our follower goal. So I am going to go ahead and make the executive decision and say that this Wednesday, instead of an art stream, we are going to do an Infinite Fusion stream. So that's going to be changed on the schedule. I'm going to put a notification out on Twitter about that. And if you're not following me on Twitter, you should, by the way, because I let people know when I go live there, as well as other stuff, other fun stuff. So yeah. Once again, thank you everybody so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys on Wednesday, okay? But until then, wait, wonder what gen you'll pick a starter from? I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out then. But until then, bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.